It's LOA Losers. Welcome, everyone. I'm Tracy. I'm here with Lydia, and we want to thank all of you for being here. We appreciate all of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. And if it helps getting the message out on YouTube, and we so much appreciate it, and so will those that find us. So for those listening for the first time, or maybe a lot of times, what is an LOA loser? It's an LOA loser is anyone that's applying the laws of attraction to create an extraordinary life. And either one, you're not getting the results that you expected, or two, you're still living the same old caca. So Lydia and I explore our own personal experiences and journey and the faux pas and tendencies of LOA losers and what has not and has worked for us. And we hope it may assist you guys out there and to begin to create and experience the life of your choosing. So today's topic is about self-sabotage. Dun 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 dun.
Dun 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 dun. Yes.
Something LOA losers, I'm sure out there totally can relate to.
Yeah, and we're giving it to our beautiful audience on a silver platter
Yeah.
because it's like self-sabotage. And sometimes it's like we wonder ourselves, am I self-sabotaging? No. Or what is it? Or no, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I would
Right?
never do that.
No, what are you talking about? I'm doing my stuff. It's not like I am laying down on the couch. No. I don't do that. Well, we discover that yes, we are indeed. Right, my
Yes,
dear Tracy?
yes. And another thing is that you might do, instead of taking responsibility for the self-sabotage, you're going to look for everything to blame.
Exactly. So those are indicators. First of all, the denial. Second of all, just as you're saying, is that no. It's responsibility of whomever, government system, my father, my daughter, you name it, right? Instead
Yes.
of, okay, let me pay attention to this. So we highly recommend to our beautiful audience, again, to subscribe and to click the bell button and to like it if you like it, because this is a very revealing conversation, right, my dear Tracy?
Yes, it is.
And I'm going to tell you, in my experience, I was one of those saying, no, I don't self sabotage myself. Again, I am doing what needs to be done. So I am not laying down on the couch. Yes, it was me. That was me. Until I realized, like, the what is at the root, what is behind self sabotage. Do you have an idea, my dear Tracy? What is behind self sabotage? What is it for? On the first place, what is it? Self sabotage. Maybe
Well,
we can start from there.
I can only say for myself, it's like you have these lofty plans and things that are making you feel good and that you want to do, and you don't do them, or you think you're doing them, but the results, you're not getting any results because you're not doing that. I guess I can give this example because I was saying, I still do this. I'm still getting to the root of the problem. I don't think, oh, I'm self-sabotaging myself, but I could
Yeah.
put this in that realm where I do certain things, or I have discovered I'm still doing certain things automatically to keep things safe and familiar.
So there's a safety component and knowing it. Like, I know this place. Okay, that's very
Yeah,
interesting.
I know this place, so it's like that other place isn't familiar, although it seems so exciting, but I'm not for sure if it's safe to go there. And that was kind of
Okay.
a biggie for me to realize that I had done something like that.
Yeah, yeah, for me as well, exactly like that. And I'm gonna share with you and our beautiful audience. According to Google,
According to Google, what is self-sabotage?
they say it is a noun. And they say behavior or thoughts, especially on an involuntary or unconscious nature that are harmful to one's own interests or development. Self sabotaging is often something learned in childhood. But see, unconscious. That's why I was so used to say, no, I don't do that. That is not for me. It's not self sabotage because I wasn't conscious about it. It is unconsciously. And what I discovered, and please let me know, my dear Tracy, and our beautiful audience, you can comment. We would love to hear from you more. That what I discover is that it is that self sabotage. It is very, 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 let's say, it is intertwined. It is part of self judgment.
Okay.
So, and now you can say, no, I don't judge myself. But self judgment, it is more, we can see it more, right? We are more conscious. It is not unconscious. We can be more conscious in a way the times, the moments in which we are self judging. Would you agree, my dear Tracy?
Yeah, I think that's one part of it. I mean, self-sabotage, I guess when you involve the unconscious, which it does, it's like there can be a lot of stuff going on. And I think that's one, is self-judgment. And then I can only use my example, and then you can go off of it and play with it. And that's where it was pointed out to me, and and it totally resonated that one of my LOA loser faux pas people is that I've been working on changing my financial surroundings or
Situation.
whatever, yeah, situation for all my life practically, because of wherever. I don't want to talk about the past and bring it into the now. But what was pointed out to me, and I saw it so clearly, is that scarcity and lack is safe
Because it is familiar. It
because
was
it's
familiar for
familiar.
you.
Yeah, and I thought, I don't know if the word paradox or maybe not would work, but it's like where that having abundance is so freeing. And I mean, abundance is awesome. And then the limitation and the lack, though, is so familiar that you stay there, and
Mhm.
you set yourself up to stay there. And not only by actions, but as we've talked in the other shows, the vibration or the song you're singing, it's like I'm going, oh, I definitely want to do this business, or I definitely want to go do this, or oh, wouldn't it be fun to go on this vacation? And then I've got another song going on in the background that obviously is the loudest because I've been playing it the longest, going, oh, no, 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 no. We need to stay here and be safe. It's familiar. It's like,
It's familiar.
yeah.
It's so beautiful. And then that brings me to another indicator. And that's precisely the fear of the unknown, uncertainty, the fear of uncertainty, unknown. And I remember I've heard from Dr. Joe Dispenza in one of those clips, shorts.
Mhm.
He was saying, you need to understand something. You need to become friends with the unknown. In the unknown is what you want. And I was like, well, this guy totally makes sense. And I love him because, yeah, and I love him because he has like all the scientific tests and proofs about what we're talking about, right? So Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it totally makes sense. It
You
makes
saw
sense.
it,
I
right?
mean, that's another thing that the unknown, uncertainty. I mean, I have to admit that I don't really care for it. I mean, I'd love to know everything. I've always been that like, I'd love to know where I'm moving to, where I'm going, the
Mhm.
certainty. I love the certainty, and it is that is another kind of probably whole show about being comfortable with not knowing
Yeah, next episode. You
or
can count on that. Yes.
uncertainty. You know, it's like if you can, I've heard that from other teachers too, that when you fall in love with uncertainty, that's where everything is. So,
Yeah.
so yes, the self-sabotaging, I think too, that those are things, the you could call it familiarity or the uncertainty, you know, both. They keep you in a cage. And then, like you said, the judgment, like who would want, you know, listen to me say that, like us doing the podcast, we could say, why should we even do it? It's like, who would listen
Mhm.
to it anyway? Because it would be safer not to do it, or it would be, we're not going to be judged if we don't do it.
And that's the self-judgment part.
Yeah.
So it's like again, like the fear of the unknown. There's the uncertainty, the unsafety feelings, and then you can perceive them because you can feel it in your body. That fear, uh, it could be noticed, but the self-judgment as well. But again, it's like we can perceive the fear of the unknown, we can perceive the self-judgment, but we are what we need to be aware is that those components are part of that self-sabotage
Yes.
behavior, that it is holding us back. So again, we are practicing that, or the person that is watching you, that are watching us right now, you have those beliefs, those patterns at an unconscious level. That's why we need the tools, the permission slips, the knowledge, someone that can help us to notice that, to bring them from the unconscious to the conscious. And sometimes even that is a fear, because again, it is a fear of the unknown, to know those unconscious beliefs. We are so powerful, seriously,
Yes, we are.
that we even
It's
do
like,
that for ourselves, right?
yeah, it's like kind of being in, I'm going to share with the like a simulation, a game, you know, that you're playing. Maybe you got a little your video thing and you know it's not real, but or it's a and you bought into what's going on and you have control of changing the whole scenery and the whole thing.
Mhm.
But
We do.
we we don't do that sometimes. And I think
No.
the first thing, like you said, is becoming aware of it and then not judging yourself, even becoming aware of it, like because maybe you're a judgment of that too about other people.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah.
then you're doing the same thing.
And we fall into that loop, and then we're trying to justify. I don't know how to do this. For example, if you have like a business idea or a project, or perhaps to move to another place or buy a new car or whatever is in your physical reality now, and or to give a message just the way that we are doing, and it's like sometimes it's like, no, I don't do that because I don't look well on camera, or because the sound of my voice, or because I know nothing about technology. And trust me, for example, beautiful audience, I know nothing about technology, and we are here,
Yeah.
right? So it's like, but again, those chains, weights, self-sabotage, self-judgment, fear to the unknown, of the unknown, those are weights that are keeping us where we are. And
Yes.
please understand, it's just as you, my dear Tracy, has been sharing in our show always, like we do understand. But if you are wondering, why am I not getting what I want? Well, we invite you to start exploring that.
Yes.
Your
And I,
self-judgment and the fear to the unknown. Yes.
I love that when you brought up the carrying um,
Weights.
the weights around with you. Here's an analogy, audience that was been given to me this year, and they were like, it's like we have a backpack that's full of rocks. And they said, like, you're getting on the airplane and you're all excited. And it's like, and they tell you, you can't take those rocks with you in your backpack. And you won't let them go. And it's like, so the question is, what do you have in your backpack? It's like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
you
And that's
know,
why, yeah, exactly. And
and
that's
they're
why
heavy and it's heavy,
it
so
is.
got to put the boulders, take the boulders out of the backpack because then it's
Exactly.
easier and look at them.
And look at him. That's why we told you at the beginning of this episode, we're going to give it to you on a silver platter. It is happening. Seriously, it is happening. If you feel that way, like I'm stuck, stuckness is an illusion because we are always creating time, our physical reality, everything, consciously or unconsciously. So if you want to become a more conscious creator, look at this. Explore your self-sabotage, that at the root it is self-judgment and fear to the unknown. Basically, it is at
Right,
the core.
right. Or and it could be like what I discovered with the familiarity with scarcity and lack and limitation. It's like it's all I've known, and I
Yeah.
never thought about it. So that could be scary, even though you see, oh, I don't like this, and you go like, but why would I never? It doesn't even make logical sense. So don't try to make any logical sense out of it. But what I have been doing, and maybe this will help the viewers, I bet a lot of people do this with relationships. I know a lot of people that want relationships and they're scared, and they're probably really scared
Mhm.
of them. But
Yeah.
so what I started noticing now is when I'm when once you become aware of it, you can like notice when, oh, there it is.
Mhm. Yeah.
There'll be something I think about that I'll go, oh, there it is.
There it
So,
is.
you know, and that's not that kind of thinking is just perpetuating the familiarity or
Exactly.
it's actually an illusion of safety also. Well, it's
Mhm.
been safe. I've been like this all my life, and it's pretty safe to just stay here.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it is the familiar, even though it doesn't feel good, but it's, I'm going to stay here. And trust me, it's like I used to say, no, I don't want to stay here in the same place. No, I'm gonna do XYZ project, whatever. But I was self-sabotaging myself, and I didn't know why. Now I understand why. Because I was self-judging myself, because I was afraid to the unknown, right?
Hmm.
And once you discover that, and that's what your comment and what I said about Joe Dispenza saying that what you want is in the unknown. Because if you've been like, for example, we're going to take the example of the money, that in this baseline in which you've been experiencing ups and downs in the financial situation, or you feel nervous about your financial situation, it's always there, it's always there, the energy is always there. And your physical body, it is a fact, it is so used to
Hmm.
feel the anxiety, the worry about your financial situation. So those chemicals are there in your body as well. So it's like when an opportunity shows up, because just as Bashar says, there's a million opportunities daily, but we're not going to be able to take them because we are like in those states of anxiety, but it is the no. So I'm going to stay here. Again, this is happening unconsciously.
Hmm. And I'm going to,
Oh,
because you brought up
yeah.
the body, I am very aware of people that have been in pain for so long. It's so familiar. I even had a
Yeah.
woman actually admit to me one time, um, she was on disability. And this was 20 years ago. So this was when we were younger, everybody,
Okay.
or me anyway. And it's like, and she turned to me and she said, for the first time, I've realized that I'm getting better and the disability is going to stop.
Mm.
And that was scary for her. And
Wow.
I have seen other people that aren't even that conscious just recreate the pain to
Yeah.
stay on the disability because they are like, oh no, I can't go back to the way things were. Actually, they don't want to go back to the whole scene they were doing before and the pain, or people that have been in pain all their life. It's just they accept it. So with
Exactly.
pain, relationships, and money, I mean, body
Mm.
relationships and money, it's kind of like, so yeah, we've got a lot of programming. And that program, I think, and Bashar's talked about that too. It's like it does reinforce itself. It likes itself. It feels safe too. I know it's like thoughts, believe it or not, people thoughts think. It's like everything's a vibration. And they're
Yes.
also thinking, hey, it's like we're used to thinking this way. Why should we think differently? It's like it feels safe and comfy here. It's like, so we're going to keep just spinning you around in a loop.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And to wrap things up, again,
Yeah.
remember, beautiful audience, that it is simple. We are the ones making it complicated because we don't know. But remember that if you are acting in a way, is because you have a belief that it is unconscious. Okay, it's belief and then an emotion and then a thought and then you take action. So explore the way that you are taking action or not, because not taking action as well is a decision. I'm not going to take action. Why not? Explore within. That's the invitation we're giving you in this very transmission. Two answers, very valuable answers that we've been noticing, and they are at the root. So the moment, because you can say, now I know I'm worthy, now I know I'm good enough. Well, then what is going on?
Yeah.
This is what is going on. The self-sabotage, because you are judging yourself and you are afraid to the unknown. That's it, right? Anything
Mhm.
else, my dear Tracy, that you would like to add?
Um, no, I think you hit it on the head is what they call it. And I do think for the audience, now when you start to become aware, maybe you can even ask if you can't dig yourself and you're not with a teacher or anything, you can always ask your friends, have you noticed that I do this? What do you think this
Mhm.
is about? Talk it over with someone. And then once you become aware of it, you don't have to dig deep down in a big tunnel and figure out where it came from, why you do it, unless you're
Mhm.
getting some kind of pleasure out of that, which you can. Just start being aware of when you do it and release it.
Yeah.
It's like easier than you think. And the next thing you know, you'll be taking, you don't have to take a giant leap. You can take small steps. It'll be,
Yeah, and you're gonna be taking different actions, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's beautiful. Yes, yes.
yes.
All right. Well,
All
remember to
right.
like, subscribe, bell.
Oh, yes. And one more thing to everyone listening and out there, please, if there's a topic or a subject or something that you're going through that you would like us to talk about, please leave it in the comments. We'd love to know, and we will definitely feature it on one of the shows.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Good.
Yes.
And there there are surprises coming for you, beautiful audience, for you. So keep tuned and have the best week ever. And
Yes, and LOA losers. See you later, guys. We appreciate you. Bye bye. As Lydia says, ciao for now.
ciao for now.